All right, you guys are trying to figure out what your budget can afford around the Pensacola area. Today we are in one of these suburbs of Pensacola called Navarre, Florida. It's Pensacola's quieter neighbor, and I get it. You're trying to figure out what you can afford. It's hard to figure out with rates and everything else going on in the market. Well, today we're going to be showcasing off 3 different homes here in this sleepy little suburb of Pensacola that you can visit. This one that we're getting into, this is going to be the last one, but I had to start here. We've got 3 different price points. We're going to show you guys everything. We're going to be talking about things like assumable loans, solar panels, pools, gated communities, waterfront access. You heard that right, waterfront access. I don't want to sneak it on you, but it's right there. But we're not going to start here at this house. We're going to start in our $500,000 home. So without further ado, let's jump straight to that one, and we'll get to this one at the end. I can't wait. All right, we're sitting in front of the first house, 2539 Tree Feather Court. As I mentioned, this is in the $500,000 category. This one is actually currently listed at $475,000, and they are in the middle of an open house, so we're gonna get to actually see some foot traffic and see some other folks in there, so that'll be kind of nice. Let me tell you a little bit about this home before we jump in there. It's listed at $475,000. I'd like to thank my friend Kimberly Leatham over here for allowing us to shoot their home, showcase it off a little bit, and show it to you guys. She is with LPT Realty as well. It's the same place I am from. This is a 4-2. It is 2,177 square feet, and there are 2 really cool things we're going to be talking about this property. So after I do the tour, you do not want to miss this. We're going to be talking about assumable loans, because this one is assumable with a great interest rate. And then number 2, we'll be talking about solar panels, the big argument in the real estate industry right now. Are they good? Are they bad? I don't know. But first, I do want to show you guys this home. So I am going to start walking through it. It is practically brand new. As you can see, this neighborhood here, I'm going to flip this around. It is right here on a cul-de-sac. I've got all my notes here. Don't judge me. It's right here on a cul-de-sac here. And then this pulls off right here. There's only about 6 or 7 homes on this road before it jumps onto kind of one of the more main back roads that you can kind of take, and then it goes all the way to Panhandle Trail, which is a road that you will be familiar with if you happen to move down here to Navarre. And you can take that, and that takes you to Highway 98. And so this is the home right here. So as we go around the side, I can kind of show you here. You've got, you're probably seeing it in the aerials and the drone footage as well. You've got these solar panels here, and these are always a fun topic of conversation with us real estate agents right now. So we'll be talking about that a little bit. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? You got full brick exterior here, and let's go ahead and pop on in. I'm probably not going to be as talkative in here on this one just because there will be a bunch of folks running around. I'll try not to get them in the video because, you know, some people are iffy about that. This is your entryway here. You'll notice a bunch of good accents and stuff as we go throughout. Like right here, we've got bullnose corners. This is sort of that rounded off corner. I always love pointing those out because it's the small things that matter, right? All right, so this is built in 2019. Like I said, a 4-bed, 2-bath traditional style home, 2-car garage. And this is in East Navarre. And there's some advantages to being in East Navarre, particularly if you guys are going out to Hurlburt Field, if that's where you will be working out of, or anywhere, you know, east if you're heading into Destin or something like that. This will be a much shorter commute because you're going to miss the commute, miss all of the traffic on 87 right now whenever you're going east. If you were heading west into Pensacola, though, you're going to hit a little bit of that. You're going to hit some of the beach traffic as well because the actual beach area is actually not too far from here. Well, I can't really show you here on the camera, but it's just a couple of miles down the road. So you're a quick jaunt over to the beach, and it's going to be a lot less traffic on this side as well.
Okay.
So this carpet practically looks brand new too, which is cool. We've got the accents at the bottom, which is a nice touch in the bedrooms. You'll also see a bunch of that as we're walking around in the trim. Good sized closets, nothing too crazy. It's got the standard wire built-ins for it. And so this is what I'm talking about here. And these got to be 10-foot ceilings if I had to take a guess. I feel very comfortable in here. As you guys know, if you've been a longtime viewer of the channel, I always like it when I've got some space above me, you know. Good bathroom here. I like this tile, actually. This is really nice. Look at this. I don't normally point at the tile. You guys know that. It's got to be pretty nice. But I like that one. I like the veins and everything. All right, we got the third bedroom over here. That just leaves us with the master after we get into the living space. Same size closet. Actually, this looks like it's a bigger door. Yeah, it's definitely a slightly bigger door here. And I like that they have a outlet there, a couple outlets there. Although one of them looked like it was for a washer and dryer, which I think would be a little bit odd. Got a little closet here. We've got kind of the neutral colors, sort of that Killam beige here. Everything looks like it's in good working order here. Let's head off to the master. Oh, look at this. I love that. And they even have the recessed lighting all throughout. It just adds a nice little touch to it. Oh man, they've got it in here too. I love that. Especially when it's dark outside. It's gonna look so beautiful. All right, it's a good sized room here. Let's see if they've got it in here. 16 by 16. It's technically 16 by oh, wow. So in all fairness, I hadn't walked through the house yet. I was talking to Miss Kimberly. So I didn't actually walk through. So you guys are seeing this stuff for me, or with me for the first time. All I've seen was the kitchen before we started shooting the videos. This is cool. I love a soaking tub. I wish it was jetted because jetted keeps the water warm, but I do like that it's got all of the areas to set your glass of wine. I mean, a glass of water or whatever you're drinking there. Huge shower, guys. Here, look, let me get it in the mirror here. Look, I'm still in it all the way out. I'm gonna walk in this thing. And it does have both of the handles right here, which you guys know I'm a big fan of that. I don't like walking in to a shower where I've got to turn it on, get all wet, and then wait for the water to warm up. You can go ahead and do that here. You don't have to worry about a curtain. Then you've got this cool glass divider here so that your significant other can make sure that you're washing behind your ears. Get a separate loo if you're British, or you know, toilet there. And it looks like it's got a little bidet hook up there. This cutout's a little odd. It's just kind of this odd cutout here. Oh man, they put built-ins in here too. I love a closet with some good built-ins. These are not cheap either. Just in general built-ins. These look good. That looks awesome. All right, let's check out the rest of the home. Then I'll show you the backyard. And then we've got some stuff to talk about with the solar panels and with assumable loans. I'm gonna pop by here while they're chatting.
It's sporadic. When I see open houses, I go look around and see what the market is and how it's going, and what's on the
Let's check out this.
What's available. You know.
Oh yeah, good size there.
I personally can set you up with listings that are for your email. You have a range and a location.
I'm gonna show you guys this open house spread in a second. She really did it. Okay, so this is a washer dryer room. This is a really good size. As you can see, there's even some space in between it. Got that up there. Your heater core right here. That thing is a monster too. Holy cow. Got all of your breakers here. And then of course your 2-car garage, which here in Florida is really a 1-car garage. Let's see if I got a light here. Oh, and it's a 1-car garage because what we do here in Florida is we've got this terrible tendency of using the other side just for stuff, which is exactly what I think happened here. As you can see all the shelves and everything right here. So I'm guessing they may have done the same thing. It's a common Florida curse. And this is cool. I like that the water heater is outside. If you guys are longtime viewers, you know you've heard me talk about this. If this thing leaks, I prefer it to be in the garage. Just mess up a little bit of drywall in the drip pan if they have one. This one might have one under there, I'm not sure. But you don't have to worry about it as much of it ruining the inside, because if you're out at work and this thing starts leaking like a sieve and it's inside of the home, not a fun day for anybody. You come home and now you're swimming, you've got a pool in your living room, and that is never good. Now these couches look comfortable. We might be able to sneak that into the deal. So, all right, let's go inside. Let's look at the open house spread real quick, and then we're gonna take a step out back, and that's where we're gonna talk about some of the additional stuff the solar panels and the assumable loan, because there's definitely a big advantage there.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Well, same to you.
So it all kind of flows right here from the dining room all the way in. And so if you're in the kitchen, you're doing stuff, you're still part of the action. You're still able to see the kiddos or the dog or what have you. And let's go ahead and look out back. I'm actually surprised. This is a decent sized yard. Not so much for the area, but for this particular neighborhood. Because this is sort of a side street here at Tree Feather. I was a little bit worried that some of them were going to be a little bit closer, a little bit smaller plots, but it looks like they don't. Well, they do have a neighborhood behind them. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not showing you guys. You can kind of see something right here. But either way, good sized lot. Here in East Navarre, you can definitely expect to see much bigger lots as well. So if you wanted to, like that main road I was talking about, East River, the one that goes to Panhandle and then goes to 98. East River is sort of a good little shortcut if you're stuck in traffic, which is on this side of Navarre, you don't get a whole lot. But there on East River, if you're looking for a larger plot of land, you're looking for acreage. I'm putting that in quotations because there's not a whole lot of acreage in general. Navarre, for the most part, is landlocked. So if you're looking for 10 acres, we don't have it. As soon as a bunch of acreage comes up, a builder's going to take it and put some houses on it for the most part. There's a few anomalies here and there, but for the most part, you're not going to find acreage, but you might find half an acre, 3/4, or even a full acre here on East River. In fact, some of them have even more than that, 2 to 3 acres. There's a couple of horse stables and stuff out here. And if you go down East River far enough, you'll see some of the homes that, have these huge kind of plots of land, but they also have like these huge garages for RVs and stuff like that. So the two things with this home that I want to discuss with you guys is the solar panels and the assumable mortgage. A lot of people don't know what the assumable mortgage actually means. The amount of phone calls we get of folks, hey, I heard this was an assumable mortgage, heard it's 3% interest rate, I want to go after it. There's some caveats you definitely need to know. But first, I need my notes because I left it in the kitchen. So give me about 1 second and we're going to come back out here, or maybe inside where it's a little bit cooler, and we're going to chat about it. So I got everything we need. Let's discuss this. This property, although it's listed at $475,000, has a VA assumable loan at 3.375. So that's the current interest rate if you'd like to assume it. Now, a lot of people hear VA assumable loan and they go, darn it, I'm not active duty, I'm not a veteran, I have no connection with the VA, I don't have eligibility. That's perfectly fine. VA loans are assumable by anybody. There's a small risk to the homeowner, the current homeowner, where it will tie up their eligibility. So how it works is you've got a certain amount of eligibility based on the county that you're in. My memory's hazy right now. It's somewhere in the 700s right now of total eligibility that you would have. So if they have $400,000 tied up into this, and they would only have 300 and some odd thousand left. And so they might not be able to use a VA loan on their follow-on if it's tied up. Not all banks are going to tie it up, but that's how a lot of them work. So if you wanted to take that over and you're not VA eligible, you definitely have that opportunity. The balance on the property is $428,000. This is where it gets tricky, and this is where it kills most people on an assumable loan. They think, okay, cool, $428,000. I'll be able to get a loan for the other $42,000 or some odd, $47,000, I think, rough math, if that is correct. And the problem is that a lot of times they won't let you. There's no opportunity to do it because it's a second right lien, and banks don't want to do a second right lien. That means the first mortgage is going to take priority, and if you default on it, they might never get paid. So they're not going to do that. So you generally have to come up with cash for the difference. You can pull this out of an IRA, you can pull this out of investments, you can pull this out of equity in your home. There are ways to do it, but a lot of people don't have the extra funds to do it. So let me break down what this would look like in case you do have a little bit of extra cash on you. And I'm going to assume a 20% down, and that might not be you. You might be 10%, 5%, what have you, but I'm going to assume 20% for purposes of the conversation. Right now, at today's interest rates, they were about 6.9. It was a little bit under that, going a little bit higher. 6.9% at $475,000 with 20% down. That'd be $95,000 down. Your mortgage would be about $2,502, with approximately $400 for taxes and insurance. It might be up a little bit higher than that. I didn't pull quotes, so I'm estimating on that. So keep in mind, we need to get, newer quotes if this is something that you're interested in, for a total payment of around $2,902. If you assume the mortgage, you'd put more down. Instead of $95,000 down, you would end up having to put a grand total of $132,000. So that would be $85,600 for the 20% down, and then a $47,000 to make up the difference between 428 and 475, assuming you get it at 475 again. We're making a lot of assumptions here. So 428 at 3.375 with 20% down is 1,503, assuming the same for taxes and insurance, approximately $400. It's 1,903. That is $1 shy of $1,000 difference. Now, you're going to be in for another $37,000 down. Is it worth it for $1,000 a month? It will pay itself off in 3.5 some odd years. It probably is, especially if you think you're going to be in the area for 4 or 5 years just to have that interest rate. And especially if you're going to be renting it out when you're done at that interest rate, it makes sense to rent it. Rentals out here are extremely strong. So that is the VA assumption, or the assumption in general. So it could save you hundreds. In this case, $1,000 a month could be worth it to pull out of an IRA or something like that. Or if you've got the extra cash lying around, as we all have another $37,000 lying around. It's sarcasm, guys. All right. You get immediate equity and lower monthly payments. So immediate equity, because it's already paid down a good chunk, because you put in all that money, you've got equity. It's a pro, I guess, technically, but I'm always iffy on using that as a pro, because whenever you go to sell it, like it's a net even, right? At the end of the day, you put in the 37 extra K now, or 47 extra K, I keep saying 37, 47, I'm sorry. But you would have that instant equity should you need to sell it down the road. But you do need to get approved, and you may not have the cash for it. Now, second thing that we want to talk about, my arm's getting a little tired, I'm going to swap it here, is the solar panels. Solar panels are a big conversation piece here in real estate. I'm going to wander while I talk. I'm going to make sure I'm staying in the shade, though, because solar panels, right now, there's not a whole lot of data on them adding value to a property from an appraiser's standpoint. We just don't have the history on it. I've sold over 1,300 homes in my career, and I've only had an appraiser give value to solar panels one time in my entire career. They were $90,000 worth or $80,000 worth of solar panels, and they gave us a $10,000 credit. So that's the first hiccup. The advantage with this one, though, is, oh, wait, hold on. I'm not done with the problems. One of the other problems is that you generally can't get a loan for it, and you generally cannot transfer it. Reason being is because you're applying to get a loan. The loan is very strict on what can happen, your debt to income ratio, adding extra debt during the process. And if you take over the solar panel loan, that adds extra debt, and it could throw your debt to income ratio off. So that takes out a lot of people right there. But if you are able to, Kimberly did her job here, which I really applaud her on this, because a lot of agents in our marketplace do not do this. And I'm not saying that because she's in the same brokerage I am. I'm saying that because she actually did her job, and I really appreciate it. I was just having a conversation offline with her about it. But she's got the breakdown of the loan, how much it costs, and found out that it is an assumable loan through there, as long as it doesn't mess up your DTI. That's where it could hurt you. But the breakdown is $47,000 currently left on the solar panels, and they are $206 per month with a 1.49% interest rate. So if you are able to take this over, this is a good deal. The electric on this home, assuming that the solar panels pay for all of the electric, I didn't ask her, but if it covers it completely, the electric on this home is probably between $200 and $300 on an average month, with it jumping up during the summertime. So that part could definitely be worth it. Long-term energy bills, that's definitely good, lower interest rates. Some of the other issues that some people have with solar panels is the roof. What happens if you got to replace the roof? Some solar panel companies will charge you to take that on and off. Some of it have it in there built into their process already. But the problem is a lot of the solar companies have gone out of business, or they're not doing so good, so they shut it down and restart under another name, and then those warranties are completely void. And I know your solar panel salesman was the best ever, and if you're a solar panel salesman, I know your product is different. We get it. We hear it all the dang time. The problem is it's not. And so if you do need to do something like that and take these down, they can be, it can be pricey. And sometimes it makes your insurance higher too, because it's an added risk. You're putting holes in your roof. Now, this is a 2019 home with newer solar panels. You're probably not going to have to worry about either one of those on this particular property. So in terms of safety for solar panels, this is actually about as good as it gets. Having an assumable loan, not having it be that crazy, $206 a month at this price point, you know, that's 10% difference at a $2,000 a month payment, assuming the assumable loan, and 8.5 or 7.5% difference if you're doing it as the full loan. That's probably not going to throw your DTI off too much, as long as you're not riding the line. If you're already sitting at 43, 44% of debt to income ratio, that's what DTI is, in case I haven't said that, then it might throw you off and it might cause a higher interest rate or even get you denied for the loan. So we need to figure that out before we go forward. Luckily for you, if you're contacting us, we do all of this stuff for you during our buyer consult process. So if you are thinking you're 6 months or earlier out from needing a real estate professional and you like the videos that we're and the value we're providing, well, we do a full-blown buyer's consultation for you. We can get that set up. All of my information will pop up on the screen right here. You can call, text, email, throw a carrier pigeon. Maybe just let the carrier pigeon go. Don't throw it. You know, a football with a note on it. However you want to get a hold of us, you definitely can. And through our socials too, I guess. Really, however you want to get a hold of us. But those are the two big things that we're going to talk about here. I do want to show you guys the open house spread before we leave and go to our next property. Guys, the next two properties, there's so much cool stuff in these. Don't miss it. Let's see if we can get this open house spread real quick. Hey. Sorry guys, I'm going to grab some of this. I love your spread, by the way, Kimberly. Your spread, all the stuff you have for the open house. This is awesome. Look at all this swag. She's got some frisbees, some dog stuff. I dig it. That's very good. Cool. All right, guys, let's head on to the next one. Guys, I've just walked through our next property, $100,000 extra, but I think it is so worth it. There are two amazing features at this house that I think you guys are going to love. The kitchen and the special little treat in the backyard, which I guess you could probably guess what it is. It's not on that sign, it's on the sign. All right, let's take a peek at this. I want to thank my buddy John Gardner, with Dalton Wade Real Estate Company for allowing me to view his listing and show it to you guys. Guys, this thing is gorgeous, gorgeous. I absolutely love this house. Last one was great too, but this one's got some extra features that I think you guys are going to love. It is an extra 100,000 roughly, technically 124 extra. So the price on this bad boy is $599,000. And is built in 2011, 2,523 square feet, and it is laid out so well. And wait until you guys see this kitchen and of course the pool. So let me make sure I'm not missing anything else on here. It does have a small HOA fee. We'll be talking about that here in just a moment. We're also going to talk about the benefits of having a pool with an enclosure on it. Guys, check this out. Here we go. So this is the entranceway here. Now you might not be using this all the time. You might be using the 2-car garage there, depending if you're a garage user or not. I know a lot of us here in Florida are not, but I like this entryway. I'm always a really big fan anytime a house has like a nice kind of shaded entryway, so your guests when they're coming in aren't standing in the heat, but it's also just, I mean, it's noticeably cooler right here, which is great because it is super warm out here. So check this out. This is the entryway. What? All right. So many features about this that I really like. I'm going to start with the one thing that immediately sticks out to me that I didn't like, and then I kind of liked again. So a lot of times I don't like the cream colored walls, but with the flooring, it actually flows so nicely. I like this little portion here. We've got this cool little like beam, give you a nice accent. You've got your dining space here, your formal dining space. And then you've got an office here, which I love. The double glass pane windows, no closet in here, so there's no wasted space. Got your little computer set up. There's plenty of plugs. I like that. This flooring, I really dig. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, that's tile. This is expensive flooring, all right? This isn't the standard LVP that you see, although it looks similar. It is tile, very durable, scratch proof, all that great stuff. I'm gonna start coming over here because I wanna kind of save this kitchen. Give you a little sneak peek. Nope, too early. We'll start right here with the laundry room. I do like that they put this in. It's nothing too fancy or anything, but Hey, it gives you a nice place to fold laundry if you're one of those people that like folding laundry. Oh, nope, I'm turning lights off on us. Hold on, I forgot one light. Oh no, it's automatic. Ha, that was cool. All right, so, oh, we got some cool built-ins right here that I'm assuming come with the house because I think the owners has already left. I got some, ooh, I need a new shovel. Maybe no, I'll leave that here. I'll leave it here. Although, all right, so we've got that. We've got the security system, I'm assuming, right here. That makes sense why there's some stuff out here, which I'll get to in a second. You know what? I'm gonna wait on the master. Oop, I'm gonna run into a wall, and then let's go this way. I'll show you guys the living room. I'm keeping that kitchen hidden for a second because it is huge. All right, look at all this space. We've got the taller ceiling, huge fan that I am a fan of. All right. Bear with me, guys, all right? It'll get better. All right, so you've got one guest bathroom right here. This one's cool, but the other guest bathroom is so cooler, and I'll show you why in a second. Just bear with me, especially for those of y'all that have kids that like to mess with each other. It might drive you nuts, but I think it's super cool. Large size closets. These are the little bit more shallow ones, but with the double, kind of cascading doors. It's pretty cool. Floor to window ceilings. I never noticed this kind of stuff until I got into real estate. So that's why I point this out to you, because I love that addition. I like that they went to this style of almost floor to ceiling. I know it's not completely there, but it's much better, especially if you got a smaller dog. I know my dog would love that. That'd be perfect height for her, to just stare at the neighbors all day. And we got another bedroom here. I like the color in here. Whoever chose this, good style. It's hopefully the camera's showing the light properly. You've got another closet right here. This one might need a little bit of love. I think it's just off the tracks a little bit. Might not even be off the tracks. It might just need to be pushed over. So you got another closet. Ooh, hiding that kitchen. I'm not showing it to you. Gosh, that is gorgeous too. All right, when I turn around from here, you guys are gonna see the kitchen. So the surprise is about over. But here we've got one of the extra bedrooms here. This is a 4-bed, 2-bath, or 3-bath, I'm sorry if I didn't mention. 2011, 23 square feet. And so this is what's really cool about this bathroom. So first we got some extra little leeway over here. Probably good for the older, the oldest kid or, grandparent or what have you, but check this out. When you go here, first off, oh wow, I didn't even realize how big this mirror is. All right, that wasn't what I was trying to show you, but there's no, where's the light switch? Oh, it's over there, outside of the door. So your brother, your sister, they're in here showering, boom. Now they're showering in the dark. Get it. All right, look at this kitchen. Oh, look at this island. They have 2 chairs here. They could fit 6 probably. This is insane. Hold on. Look at this. This is how big it is. This is crazy. This is crazy huge. Look at this island. This isn't an island. This could be a skee ball court. I don't know if they call it a court. I don't think skee ball is a court, but you get my point. All of these cabinets, tons and tons and tons of cabinets. You've got the nice oven range situation. Beautiful fridge. Complete with the ice maker and the water on the outside. That's when you know you've made it. If you guys haven't figured that out yet, that is when you know you have made it. And the cool thing with this one comes with 2 cool things. First, if you come visit this home, you get free water and free snacks. It looks like it's already been rifled through, but they did a nice little note. If you have a home to sell wherever you're at, guys, these touches, they're so cheap to do. But they're actually really good. I've seen people put whole things out here. They've put, gift baskets and, extra toilet papers, they put little notes like, just in case you need to use our restroom or what have you. Like those little touches, they're not gonna sell the house, but they are gonna make it feel a little bit more welcoming to your consumer, to your potential buyer. Now let's get into the real reason why this one is $100,000 more outside of this amazing. I love one more look at that kitchen. One more. Hey, actually, let's just flip this bad boy around. Would you look at it? It just goes for days. All right. Oh wait, no. We can't go outside yet. Sorry, I wasn't trying to gatekeep from you guys. We can't go outside yet. Check it out. We still have the master. So we have another closet right here for all of your Monopoly games. I don't know why you would have more than one. Which, by the way, did you guys know you can do custom Monopoly games for your city? We have one here for Destin. So that's kind of cool. I know we're not in Destin, we're in Navarre right now, but I bet they have a Navarre version. So this is the master, 2 vanities as you would expect. I like that they upgraded these mirrors, and it looks like the fixtures maybe, but the fixtures could have come with it. Actually, the mirrors could have come with it too. I didn't look at see who the builder was. Large tub, not jetted. Just throw some jets in there so it keeps the water hot forever, but then it's a little bit dirtier, especially when you're buying it from somebody. Make sure that if you get a jetted tub, you're throwing some bleach and stuff in there. We've got 2 closets. We got this one's for her right there. I'm sure there's a light. I just, apparently I'm slacking and I did not get it. And then this closet is, you guessed it, also for her. Gents, I'm sorry, you get a dresser in the master. That's about all you're getting. And then you get extra time, gents, in this room here, which is a popular room for a lot of us. A lot of us really enjoy hanging out in there. I like to go in there and get lost, play on my phone a little bit, play a little clash of whatever I'm playing. I don't even know what video games I play on the phone. I don't know the names, but sometimes you get lost in there. So it's nice to have your own little door to close and zone out, you know, until somebody starts yelling at you to get out of there. Now check this out. We've got these double doors here, so hold on. So double doors, you can open up both of these if you want. You can already see the hot tub there, so you already know where this is going. What is this? We've got it completely enclosed. These closures are not cheap. You've got good size pool, vinyl lining. We're going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of vinyl lining, as well as having an enclosure in here. They've put up some privacy stuff, which I think is good because you've got some neighbors here, because we are, the road just kind of like turns right here. So super cool there. You can probably see that in the drone footage, which we had some folks showing the house when that happened. We also have a shout out here. I didn't grab keys for that, so let's see if we can pop in. It doesn't look like there's a lock on it. We're gonna pop in here real quick. Then we're gonna discuss some of these things on this house. So if you are thinking about purchasing, oh yeah, there's no lock. Heck yeah. Oh wait, all right. Well, I gotta be smarter than the shed. Hello? Oh wow, this is actually done really well. It's a little toasty. Oh cool, I don't even know what that thing's for. That's cool. So you can store your lawn equipment. I'm more of a, ooh, another shovel too. They don't need 3 shovels. Okay, no, I can't do that. That's not right. You know, when I became a realtor, I didn't think I would have this thought process every once in a while, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. All right, we've got these cool little stones. Inexpensive, but a nice touch. We've got our pool equipment over here, which again, we'll be talking about the pool here in just a moment, as well as HOAs, because this one is in an HOA. I got some little beds over here. So you've got your well. That's what that is right there. It's a well. That doesn't mean the whole house is on well. The house is actually public water. But that's really good if you've got your sprinkler hooked up to it, because then you don't get charged because it's running off a well. Got your AC here, and then your pool equipment right here. So I like that this is where it is. So it's easy to get to. I've got a pool at home and there's like this whole fence around it. It's still easy to get into, but if I needed to work, it would be difficult there. But I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not working on a pool ever. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not very mechanically sound, and this is why I'm selling homes and not cleaning equipment or fixing pool equipment and stuff like that. So check out this pool. I like all of this, all of the pavers all over. You've got some nice steps, and those look like the little grippy steps right there. That's what I call it. That's the official term, grippy steps. And then your vinyl lining pool looks like it starts getting a little bit deeper right there where my finger's at. And then a second, that's where it starts leveling out to, it looks like the same size as my pool. It looks like 6 feet to me. But yeah, they've got all this cool shrubbery. Like, it just looks very peaceful out here. I'm really, really digging it. And I am a huge fan of a hot tub. Even in the dead of summer, I get in mine all the time. I used to get in it every single night. I'm not doing it as much. but I love having a hot tub, and I love that it's got its own little cutout, and it feels so private with all of these plants. They did a really good job on this. So $599,000 is currently what it's listed for. So, you know, obviously whatever your negotiations are is what it would be. But let's talk about a couple of things, but we got to get out of the Florida heat because it is currently 94, but feels like 6,000. I don't think that's the official number, but that's what it feels like. It's pretty warm. So let's talk about some stuff. I got my notes here. $599, as I said it, vinyl lined enclosed pool. Low HOA fees. The HOA fees here are $250 per year. So we'll talk about that, but let's talk about the vinyl lining first and the enclosed pool. First off, enclosed pool, very obvious what it does for you. It keeps the bugs out. That's the biggest thing. If you guys have watched this channel for any length of time, you know I do not like palmetto bugs. They're flying roaches essentially. Not really, but kind of like more like beetles, I think. But it keeps them out. Unless they're already in, then it keeps them in. I didn't think of that. But for the most part, it keeps them out, keeps those mosquitoes away. So that's always good. It extends swim season a little bit. It keeps your pool a little bit cooler, so you're not having to fill it up as much. I was just having a conversation with somebody I had met for the first time. I was over at their house for a buddy's graduation party, and I was talking to him about his pool. He had this big enclosure, and we were kind of talking about how often we got to fill it up. And I'm like, well, lately I've been having to fill mine up like once a week, you know, just a couple inches, nothing too crazy. And he was like, oh yeah, like I do mine like maybe 2 to 3 times a season. And I'm like, what? And he did have a couple of trees overhanging, so that did help a little bit because it's providing more shade. But it really makes me want to get an enclosure for mine, but then I'd lose half my yard, or at least it would feel like that. So yeah, extends swim season. It's easier to maintain in general because you don't have more sap and stuff from trees falling on it. But the con to this is vinyl liners typically last about 7 to 10 years. I just had to replace mine 2 years ago, maybe. It's not overly expensive. I think I paid, actually, I don't even want to tell you a number because I don't remember. The number that's in my head is $4,000. I feel like it's more expensive than that. And my brain's having a little brain fart right here. But generally every 7 to 10 years, it needs replacing a little bit longer whenever you've got a cage on it. Because again, it's protecting stuff, assuming you don't poke holes in it and stuff. But that is a really cool part. If you do poke a hole or you get a leak in it, vinyl liner is very good for that. You're not having to patch up concrete or something like that. At least unless the concrete's cracked underneath it. But I haven't had that issue yet. Knock on wood of this gigantic island. All right, HOA, $250 a year. What does that get you? Not a whole lot here in Harvell's Landing. So Harvell's Landing is located right off of Highway 87, that same highway I was talking to you guys about at the last property. That's where all of the traffic comes from north side. So if you're coming from Milton or Defuniak Springs Pace, that might be the road that you take to get to this area. And so when people are going to the beach, as you can imagine a lot of people do, they're taking 87, and that goes right almost perpendicular to the bridge that goes on to Navarre Beach. So we are just a little bit, maybe a mile down the road from that. So you can take 87 down to the beach. It'd be 8 minutes to 20 minutes, depending on traffic, to get to the beach. Because once you get on 98, you'll have to fight a little bit of traffic. But the cool thing is you'll have about 100 yards on 98, so it should be fairly quick. Just be careful on when you go. I just heard people for 4th of July weekend. I'm shooting this July 10th or 11th, something like that, so it just happened, where people were taking 3 hours to get off Navarre Beach. That is a super rarity, but it was on 4th of July, so like you kind of expected it to be a little bit of a wait. But $250 a year is very low as far as HOAs. Always check the HOA financials and the CCNRs, covenants and restrictions, to make sure that everything is okay with the HOA rules. Some HOA rules will restrict pets, particularly on condos. If you can have a pet, who can have a pet? Can your renters have a pet? Is it just owners? Most of the time with single family neighborhoods like this one here at Harvell's Landing, you generally don't have to worry about that part as much. But you do want to make sure that it fits your other stuff. If you have a boat that you want to park out front, we need to make sure in the HOAs that you can park a boat out front. You don't have to hide it behind a fence because that could be a deal killer, and you would hate to have to find that out when you move in. Now you're paying $800 a month in a boat slip, or $300 or whatever. I don't know how much a boat slip is. I'd have to Google that. But I think it depends on the size of the boat. But the point is, you wouldn't want that to sneak up on you. All right, benefits of an HOA, even a small one like this, it kind of keeps people from doing silly stuff, from putting cars out in their yard and things like that. So sometimes even the smallest HOA can be a really, really good thing. It makes sure that people just aren't doing ludicrous things, painting their house, you know, fluorescent puce or something. A lot of the smaller HOAs like this don't really dictate the color of your home per se or architectural structuring, but it might keep it away from like, hey, people having a bunch of broken down junkyard cars in their yard, stuff like that. And that stuff is really, really helpful if you don't want to see that aesthetic every day. You want it to be aesthetically pretty. I totally get it. The first house I ever bought here in this area, the HOA was $20 per year. And at first I was like, what a silly thing to do. But then I realized after I lived there, I was like, okay, this is keeping the neighborhood from going. Because my first house was in a starter home neighborhood. Older, but not too old. I think it's a 1999 build or something like that. And so it was starting to get to that point where if we didn't have any rules, people were going to start using their house as they would like, or the renters would use the house as they would see fit. And that could drag down home value prices. So a small HOA can sometimes be a really good thing. I know a lot of times you guys call us and you guys say, hey, like, I don't want an HOA at all. And it's just going to completely eliminate any of these options, even these really small ones. I totally get it if you're against it, you had a bad experience. But if you don't know and you just read some stuff online, talk to us about it. That's what we're here for. Whenever we do that buyer consult that I was just talking about, we'll walk you through all of that and kind of talk you through this stuff if you have any questions or concerns on it. So let me check my notes, make sure we're not missing anything here. And cool. Yeah, no, we're not missing anything. So we're going to go to our third and final house, the $700,000 category. I'm so excited to see this one. It's going to be on this channel. I don't know how long for, because we actually have one of y'all's viewers that are interested in it, that we're going to be seeing this in 2 days. So it might be off the market by the time you're seeing this. Probably not, though. It'll take some time for negotiations. But if you guys are interested in anything that we see, as I mentioned before, all of my information will pop up on the screen. If for any reason you're looking at this and you're like, hey, Navarre, like cool, Pensacola is cool, or maybe I want a different city. Navarre, I'm not feeling it. Then hey, no worries. I'm going to put a QR code right here. That QR code is going to go to our Emerald Coast Guide. It's 38 packed pages of information about everything on the Emerald Coast. So if you're watching us, you're a little bit newer to us and you haven't seen us hit every area yet, you can go there and get a good idea on what each of the areas provides. It's not extensive. We are building out guides for every single city to really dive deep and give you guys some cool things from every city. But it does give you a pretty good overview. So again, QR code, hopefully it's still up. If you're watching on your TV, you can just take a picture of it, it'll take you there. If you're watching on your phone and you can't take a picture of the QR code, no worries. It'll be down in the description below. But for right now, we gotta wrap this baby up. We gotta get to the last house. I can't wait to see this. I looked at the pictures, it looks gorgeous. And we have some extra stuff to talk about while we're there. And there's a super secret, awesome thing about this property that we're about to go see that I can't wait to show you. It definitely separates it from the pack. But this is our $600,000 option right here, 2570 Stormy. Let's go to the next one. All right, do you guys remember this house from the start of the video? We're finally here, we're about to show it to you. But before I get in there and show it to you, I have to show you one of the cool features. Stick around to the very end. I'm telling you, you don't wanna miss the last feature. I'm not even gonna tease it. Well, I'm teasing it, but I'm not gonna show you guys anything. But here's one of the biggest benefits of this particular neighborhood. This is located at 2039 Fontainebleau. And look at this bad boy. So you've got a gated community right here. Navarre does not have a ton of these. This is a very, very big feature. You'll generally only see these on the south side of 98 in these smaller neighborhoods like this. Or if you're inside of the golf course community, inside Holly by the Sea, there's a gated one there, and there's a few other sporadic ones. But the point is, gated communities out here, they're not the norm, they're kind of the exception. And as you can see with this neighborhood, you can see why. Look at these houses. These are absolutely freaking stunning homes. This one's being built right now. I was just talking to the gentleman here. He's super nice. He just moved in a couple weeks ago and has been telling me about the neighborhood. Oh man, there's so much to this. And look at this beauty. I am so excited to show you guys this. I just walked through it, turn on all the lights, get it all ready for us. And it's so much better than the pictures. Well, I mean, the pictures are good. I'm not knocking the pictures, but like in person, it is so good. So let me tell you about it. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath. We're sitting at 2,778 beautiful square feet. And this is a brand new home. This is built in 2025. The builder is Samuel Stevens and Associates. It's not a builder I'm super familiar with, but after seeing some of the details and stuff that he's done, he's gonna be high on my list, or they're gonna be high on my list. And I do want to give a special thanks to Miss Alicia Trawick for allowing us to view your beautiful listing, and of course the builder for building this and allowing us to come through. Whew, guys, so this is our $700,000 category. This one's currently listed for $699,000. And that road that I showed you guys, I'm gonna get back to this, where the gated community was, that is Highway 98. That is the main thoroughfare to get anywhere here. You wanna get to Pensacola, right up the road this way, about 40 minutes. You wanna get to Destin, right up the road this way. Guess what? About 40 minutes. This is smack dab in the center of Destin and Pensacola, so that you can choose whatever sort of adventure you want. And the water, you can't see it from here. This camera won't pick it up. But if I had a better camera and I zoomed all the way in, you'd be able to see it right down there. Now, that is the sound. It will not be the gulf. A little bit different of water. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about gated communities as well on this home. And then we're gonna show you the super secret awesomeness at the end. I'm so excited. The neighbor was just telling me, because I haven't gone down there yet. And let's just say I'm so stoked. All right, let's get into this. Let's start here. Big entrance, very tall door. That's gotta be a 12-foot door. I love whatever's going on here. It kind of reminds me of like a defensive structure. It's pretty cool. But look at the front of this home. It's beautiful. You might not be seeing this as much if you're using, I went the wrong way, if you're using the 2-car garage. But let's go ahead and pop in here. Let's see if I can find anything else in the sheet. Luxury vinyl plank. Well, we're just going to talk about it as we go. I'm not even going to read this, but we do have some fun stuff to go over after this. Whew. That air conditioner is like a blast to the face. It is hot out here today. All right. I feel like my camera's got some shadows, or just coming in kind of weird. But this is the entrance right here. You've got sort of a formal dining area. I like this. Look how tall this is. Holy cow. I don't even know how tall that is. 15 feet? It's over 10 for sure. It's taller than a basketball hoop. That's how I measure things. Is it taller than a basketball hoop or not? This right here. You guys know I love the beams. It just adds so much to it. I like that they did a cutout. I like that they didn't do too much. You know, a lot of builders might have like put like an extra layer here, an extra trade ceiling or something like that. They didn't. It looks beautiful. And it really breaks everything apart. This is your living space here. You've got an office. Look at this office with the double doors, with a huge window to give you a little bit of look outside as you're grinding hard and doing what you do for work, or playing on your video games, whatever it is, or maybe it's a playroom. I don't know. Neutral colors here I really like. LVP's been laid very well. I mean, it's brand new, so of course it's been laid well. Look at this kitchen. We're not going there yet. First, we're gonna start over here. I'm actually gonna reset my camera because it's giving some weird shadows, so give me just a second, guys.
A few moments later.
Okay, we are back. I'm not sure why it's doing this little shadow thing. I think the sun's just kind of hitting it weird. Trust me, this stuff is not here. If you're able to see that, it might just be on my end. So I apologize if that's the case, but good sized bedrooms here. You know, kind of standard size closet. I'll show you this bad boy. Nothing too crazy here. Some of the little touches I like. This right here, so you've got the built-in, you know, for your TV if you wanted to mount it up instead of having wires go all the way down to the bottom. This one is attached to a Jack and Jill bathroom so that the kiddos or whoever's sharing these rooms can fight over it, but they do have dual vanities, which is always really good, so they can keep each other on each other's side. Maybe get a ruler right here and slide your sister's or your brother's stuff over. Got your shower here, your commode, and then of course the other bedroom that's out into the street. This is the last house that I was able to see that is being built up, so I'm guessing after this it'll be kind of done. And I've got an interesting backstory on the builder or maybe the owner of the builder company, I'm not sure. But I've got some interesting backstory from the neighbor, which is super cool. We've got some closets. There's no shortage of closet spaces. You see another one right here. And then we'll get into the other bedroom here. Man, these doors are so big. I just feel so, I mean, I said it before, but I feel so good, you know, everything's tall. I don't feel crunched, you know, so that's cool. Oh, wow, okay. The entire thing has tile on it as well, the entire bathroom. So this is one of the other guest bathrooms and another bedroom. Look at this kitchen, guys. Huge island, very similar to what we saw on one of the properties before. This one's not quite as big. Well, I mean, this is the island. The island's definitely not as big. But even the counter space, not quite as big, but it's gorgeous in here. We've got gas. What is this, a Gen Air? Let me see this. Oh, man. Okay, so it's a GE. Love these. These are super cool because you can swap these out and put like a griddle and stuff here. A lot of times they will have that. I'm not sure where they have this covered, but I'm going to cover it back up for them. A lot of times they have that in somewhere, but a lot of times when you buy it new, they don't. But soft close, I'm hoping all around. Let's find out. Oh, man, that's good. Okay, soft close all around through it. Got your little portion there for a fridge. Got this wainscoting. I think that's what they call wainscoting. I don't know why my mind's going blank here. Thick granite here. Assuming that's granite. I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart today. Yeah, it doesn't say, or I can't find it right away. You've got your microwave oven, so your stove oven, super cool. All in all, like a lot of space in here. I like this. You've got kind of an informal dining area here. And then just through there, you've got your formal, which you can get to from here as well. Got your pantry. Let's pop inside this bad boy. Ho, 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 ho. Where's the light in here? All right, kiddos, if you got kids, hide and seek spot. Boom, done. You're welcome. I'm turning that off because that's how you need to do it when you're hiding and seeking. And the cool thing, if you play hide and seek here, you get snacks, okay? You don't get snacks when you hide out in the laundry room. Speaking of the laundry room, let's go to that right now. Look at this. Oh, no, you know what? Just wait, because this has a bonus. I know right now you're like, okay, it's a laundry room, dude. Not anything crazy. I'm going to show the garage and then I'm going to go back to that for a reason. All right, so you've got like, I think this is called like a mud room, mud area. It's where you sit down, you take off your shoes, throw it in the cupboard, throw your coat up here, or you know, maybe your suit jacket or something, because you're not going to need a coat when you move down here to Florida. Well, you will for about a week. You won't really need a coat. You'll need like a hoodie. All right, closet, garage. They've got some stuff in here because it is in the process of being built. I did not see this when I first did my walkthrough. Can anybody take a guess at what this is in the comment section before I say it? Well, the hint right there, it's a Renai. It's actually a name brand, but it's sort of like Kleenex. We call them all Renais, unless that's the official term of it, but I'm pretty sure it's just a brand. But this is hot and cold water on demand. Instant. If I were to turn on something, it will be hot within a couple of seconds instead of 30 seconds or what have you. It doesn't seem like a big difference, but I'm telling you, it's really nice. Really, really nice. All right, this is a garage. Oh, and it's outside, which these are not as notorious of leaking as a water heater, but it is still nice that it's outside in case that happens. All right. Now, why did I wait for this laundry room? Because it just looks like a normal laundry room. I mean, it's huge, right? You got this cool little countertop over here. Like, what, Andrew, what is so special about this, dude? All right, hold on. You're ready for it? What is this? Oh, what? There is, right from the laundry room, straight into the master closet with the built-ins. All right, cool. You come home, you're doing laundry, you move it right from your laundry room straight into the master closet, and look how big this thing is. We could play a game of touch football in here. It wouldn't be a very big game or a long game because it's, you know, but it's still, this is a really good size. I love the built-ins, as you guys know, but I love having this right here. The kids can get to it over here. You can lock this door so that, you know, nobody's coming in. It's got the sort of pocket door for this one, but then it's got a actual door right here. If you want to close and lock that bad boy, you can. And it just goes right in your closet. Like, you don't have to lug it around anywhere. You've got, you know, maybe you clear up some space here to fold it. Maybe you could fold it right there. This is a little bit smaller. Maybe you can put, sort of like that one house had, like, you know, a little barrier over top. I'm not sure, but I love that feature. I've not seen a whole lot of laundry rooms attached to the master closets before. Huge, huge tub. Again, no jets, but again, it's cleaner. It is a deep tub too. It's very long. I'm a tall guy, so that's kind of cool. And it's got beverage holding areas. 2 separate vanities completely across from each other. You don't have to worry about anything. Ladies, I love you. I love you, ladies. You guys have a lot of stuff. And so having this separated so that you guys aren't climbing all over each other with all of your hair products and eye products and face products and all of that stuff, we love it. I'm not knocking it, but it is really cool that you get them separated. I like that. And you've got the commode right here. So it's a little bit off the beaten path. It's a little bit further away. If, you know, he needs to do his business or whatever while you're over here showering or taking a bath, cool. It's not going to be stinking up the whole room. And look at this. I don't know why the lights are going so weird on my camera today, but it's got built-ins and it does have the knob right here. So you can turn on your water, not get soaking wet, and then go in there. You don't need a curtain here, but you can definitely put one. Very cool bathroom here. Oh man, I like the little, see like the veins and everything in this? This is the weird stuff us realtors are into. You see the little sparkles. You can only see it at certain angles, but I like that stuff. Got the, you know, sort of background wainscoting style stuff all around. Cool fixtures, nice mirrors. And then the master, you got the trade ceiling. I forgot that light. Sorry guys. Well, look at all this natural light I was trying to showcase to you. You've got the nice little touches again. You know, trim all around. Really like it. Recessed lighting. That's cool. Did I miss anything over here? No, let's head outside and show you guys this before we get into the super secret awesome part of this house. Did I unlock this? Yes, I unlocked part of it, but not all of it. And that sounds typical. All right, so we are now going to look at the only sort of downfall, not downfall, but something to think about, is that you are right off of 98. Now, luckily, because there's that gated portion over here, you are not directly on 98. I'm standing out here right now, so you can see the cars going by. It's not loud at all. And I was actually worried about that when I looked at this on the map. I was like, it's a little close. It's going to be loud. I'm not having to change my voice and talk over any of it. And that was a loud motorcycle that just went by. If I was next to him in traffic, it would be noisy. But a lot of good space out here. Nothing too crazy. As you can see, the neighbor's got a pool. So you've definitely, and the neighbor's house is extending just a little bit more. So you've got tons of space for a pool as well. With the setbacks, you've got this sort of side yard here. The grass looks great, just all around. It needs cut, but that's because it needs cut every 4 days in this season right now. It's just the season we're in. It's not really 4 days, like once a week, and you'll be fine. And then you've got this billboard, which right now there's nothing to look at, which is kind of frustrating. Somebody needs to put something up there so you've got something beautiful to look at when you're sitting on your back patio. Look at how big this thing is. All right, hear me out. I love my hot tubs. Hot tub, pool right here, right where I'm standing. I should be in the deep end, and this house would be set. Like I said, 699,000, 2,700 some odd square feet. I don't remember exactly right now. And let's go check out my notes because I've got a few things I want to talk about before we get to the ending of all endings. Man, the neighbor really talked this up, so I'm hoping it's really good. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping it's as good as he was saying. All right, let's talk about new construction, gated communities, and access to the sound. Hopefully I'm not giving it away. The sound, well, we'll talk about that here in a minute, but new construction, okay? A lot of advantages to that. Most people know what the advantages and disadvantages are. In case you're not thinking about them, let's talk about just a couple. Everything's brand new. So you don't have to worry as much of things breaking. Things do happen, but that's why they give you a builder's warranty. And of course, this one has a builder's warranty. At least I assume it does. I don't know of a builder that doesn't provide one. They generally provide one for a year and then 3 to 5 years for appliances, or they'll just give you the warranties for the individual appliances. It just kind of depends on how the builder works. As I mentioned before, I don't know this particular builder yet, but I'm a big fan. As you guys can see, oh my gosh, look at the details too. I didn't even realize it's got this, what was that, underlighting too? Oh, that's cool. I didn't even see that. Let me see if there's, hold on. I got sidetracked, guys. You're coming along with me. I want to see if there's any more underlighting. Yes, there is. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. So cool, underlighting. I got to figure out where that's at. But builder warranty, so that if something breaks, something happens. When you work with us, by the way, one of the things that we do is as soon as you purchase a new construction property, we're going to put a reminder in our notes 11 months from today in our calendar to reach out to you and say, hey, write down everything that you see that's wrong with the house, because there's going to be minor stuff. Even with, well, there's generally going to be minor stuff. I'm not seeing anything with the naked eye, but you move into a place, things happen, you start realizing, hey, there's this little ding in the drywall, there's, this drawer's a little bit iffy or what have you. You save all of that stuff. You can definitely call them each time it happens. I don't suggest that because they're going to get tired of your phone calls and they're going to be slower to respond. But if you wait till that 11th month and you give them a whole list, they'll come through and wipe everything out and fix it all up in one fell swoop. And we will remind you of that so you don't have to forget. We'll even give you a nice little binder that you can write down everything in. Let's see. The only con about this one, that I think is a con, because again, I don't know this builder that well, is the smaller builders, a lot of times they don't have access to the same incentives that the larger ones do. The larger ones own the title company, they own the lender that you're going to use if you want the incentives, and they own the building company. So they can move money around and give you a really good deal, like a great interest rate. Some of the smaller, I'm putting smaller in quotations because I don't know if he's considered a small builder or not, if they're considered a small builder or not. But a lot of them, they don't own their own mortgage company, they don't own their own title company, so they can't give as many incentives on that in particular. But you're generally getting a good house. We'll just leave it at that. Some of the bigger chains do good houses too. You guys see them on our channel all the time. But let's just say I have more issues with some of the bigger name brands than I do with the smaller local builders. So I'll just leave that where it is. I still suggest getting a third-party inspection. We'll help set that up if you are working with us. If you're not working with us, you're working with another agent, just get an inspection anyway. I highly suggest it. It's $400, $500, $600 depending on the size of the home, and it's just going to give you peace of mind. I'll tell you a story here. Brand new construction. I've got a client. They don't want to do a home inspection, and I'm pushing it because I've been doing this a long time. Like I said, 1,300 plus homes sold. You see some stuff after that many, and I finally convinced her to get a home inspection, and the roof wasn't put on right. The nails were spaced too far apart. So when it comes to a roof, they have to have so many nails per square foot, so many nails at a certain length, all of these things. They found out that it wasn't put on properly. The subcontractor they used, so not the builder themselves, but the subcontractor, they sub out these jobs and say, hey, you put on the roof, and then your team over here puts in the flooring, and your team, and they're not actually part, ooh, I'm about to fall here. It's actually not part of the builder themselves. Anyway, they put the roof on bad. They put 8 other roofs in this entire neighborhood on bad as well. So they ended up having to rip 9 roofs off in total in the neighborhood and rebuild them. And we would not have known, maybe we would have known when one of the other homes sold because they were still in construction, and maybe somebody else would have gotten in inspection and found it. But we were the lucky ones that found it. And it saved them a bunch of pain too from trying to sell a house to somebody and then finding out down the road that it wasn't done, or while they're in escrow. So get an inspection. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be anything, but you're about to drop $700,000 on a home, $500 for a home inspection. Smart choice. All right, gated communities. The big benefits is, kind of obvious. It's privacy. It's perceived safety. I would call it safety, especially here. You're on 98, the main road. You're not going to have a whole lot of folks walking on 98, and if they are, they're not going to go through the work of getting in a gated community. And then the aesthetic appeal. I don't know if you saw it, but it was beautiful. Nice little gate. It's staying open on the weekends for us. I don't know what hours they generally stay open, but it was open for me when I came through. And That means you need a gate code, so you need to keep that in mind, especially if you have guests over. HOA rules, there's going to be some. I'll talk about the HOA here in just a second. I didn't get the price, but I've got it on my list. And then with guest access, you'll probably have to give them a gate code or go over there and open up for them or what have you. So let's look at the HOA on this guy. All right. $800 per year. Not bad at all. There is a new buyer fee of $300. That means anybody that buys in this neighborhood has to pay $300 to the developer or to, I'm pretty sure it's the developer of it. It's a pretty small one. That's pretty, I wouldn't say it's normal, but $300 is the normal amount they would charge, you know, unless you're in some like super ritzy neighborhood out at 30A and they're charging $1,500 or something like that. Or you're in Alice Beach and the new buyer fee is that you have to provide something for the community. Kind of cool there. All right, gated community HOA, guest access. Okay, the last thing that we have is the access to the sound. So I am gonna give it away. This neighborhood has sound access. There's maybe 20 homes on this street, maybe 20 homes on the street next to it. And this one in particular has a little pathway that goes out to the sound. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Let me make sure I have not missed anything. I've got some extra things to talk about when we get to the sound. You know, the sound is, well, we're gonna get there and then we're gonna talk about it. Let me button this up and we're gonna head out there and I'm gonna show you the waterfront access you have in your own neighborhood and some of the amazing benefits you have with it that you can't see with the naked eye, that you cannot see just from, hey, there's water here. What are some of the extra benefits I get from this? Let's talk about it, but give me just a second. I'm gonna button up and then I gotta drive the truck down. It's only like 100 yards, but I don't wanna get on camera, like drenched in sweat by walking down there. So I'm gonna drive down there. I'm gonna show you guys that pathway. So give me 1 second. All right, and we are back. It took all of 14 seconds to drive down here. I think I found the pathway they were talking about. I was trying to get it in the drone footage, but I think I missed it. So here's the street here. We were just where that truck is out in the street. It's kind of hard to see. Actually, here, look, I can zoom in. Ooh. So where you see that truck kind of on the side of the road, that's where it's at. So it's just, I mean, I'd be surprised if it was 100 yards. Oops. But check it out. So you can walk down here. I'm sure that would take less than 3 minutes to walk down here. Got this cool little cul-de-sac here. We've got a couple of houses here. This is Miss Fontaine, as I understand it. I believe she is the one that started this neighborhood. It is called Fontainebleau, which I love the name. Makes me feel so fancy. And they have built this little area here, I think. Oh wait, this actually might be, hopefully I'm on the right one. It might actually just be her driveway I'm walking through. Yeah, actually, hold on. I think I'm walking in a driveway. Hold on. We're going on an adventure. He said I couldn't miss it. Well, I don't think it's this, because this looks like a lot. So hold on, it might be. Oh yeah, I think she's just got this as part of it. Okay, so I think it's just a shared driveway. I think we're good, because this looks like the pathway he was talking about. Sorry, you guys are going on this adventure with me in real time. I have not gone over here to check this out yet. I think this is so cool. And some of the stuff too that he was telling me is, you know, if this is the accurate house here, is that, here, let me get through here real quick, is that he was telling me that for the fireworks and stuff, and for some events, she'll actually invite people over and let them hang out in the backyard and watch the fireworks and stuff from there. And let me see if I can find where the access is to the sound, because it's not as obvious as he was making it to be. Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, oh, it's right here. I think this is what he was talking about, because he mentioned this right here. All pets must be on a leash. Oh, this is what he meant. He kept telling me it was like all this beautiful shrubbery when you come out here and these lights. Oh, I'm so excited for this, guys. So the fireworks that they do out in Navarre all the time, you can apparently sit out here and watch, and it's just perfect. You don't have to go down to the bait shop. You don't have to go down the road. You don't have to try to fight the traffic on, you know, on the Navarre beach. You can come out here and Let's see here. So we got the side of somebody's house here. Hopefully I'm not walking in somebody's backyard. Doesn't look like it because of this. Yeah, here we go. Here's the gazebo he was talking about. Oh man, just imagine taking your pup for a walk, or maybe your toddler. I mean, I don't know if you take a toddler on a walk or a stroller ride. I don't know a whole lot about that part of it, but I absolutely love this. You got this cool gazebo. You got some chairs out here. And it looks like somebody is parked out there. Maybe coming back in. So this would be cool if you've got a boat somewhere. Literally anchor it up. Maybe you can, sway your neighbors to let you dock up there and come over here and, grab something from the house if you forgot it. Got a couple of cool chairs here. But the fireworks would be right over there, right where you see all those condos. So this is public, well, it's private to the neighborhood, public to anybody in the neighborhood. So I guess technically private. You do have sand here, and this is the Sound. So it's a little bit different than the Gulf of America, or Gulf of Mexico, whatever you're calling it. I don't particularly care. But this is the barrier island in between, this is the barrier island here. It's in between the mainland and the island, and this area is called the Sound. So the big difference with the Sound is that the Sound is a little bit more brackish, meaning it's like a mixture of salt water as well as fresh water. You're not generally going to get as much of the white sandy beaches, which we're very fortunate that we have here, because you don't get that everywhere. And as you can see here, you don't get a lot of it like you get when you're on Navarre Beach or any of the beaches in our area where it's like 30, 40 feet before it starts seeing grass. This one's going to be a lot shorter, but the water is going to be a lot more calm. And that's one of the biggest things about it, is the water is going to be a lot more calm. This makes it a lot better for kayaking, paddle boarding, really any of your water sports. And it's a little bit more shallow in most cases. This one looks like it starts getting a little bit deeper, which is awesome. As you can see, a pontoon over there, but a pontoon doesn't need a whole lot of water to be able to anchor up there. What a great little spot. You can come out here, walk your pup, hang out here for a little bit, throw the ball, what have you. I think this is a really, really, really cool feature. So it's right here in the neighborhood. It's part of it. If you're in this neighborhood, you have access to this. You've got the gated community. You've got that beautiful house. I mean, that house was gorgeous, right? All right. Well, our time is coming to an end. I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, hit the like button. Let us know that you like this style of video. This is how we base the future videos that we are doing. And speaking of future videos, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. It'll show you every video we do. And if you're thinking about moving to this area, you need to see these videos to get comfortable with this area. I appreciate you guys watching. We will see you next week, Tuesday at 4 p.m. And before I go, it's a video right here. If you want to continue the fun, if you want to see more about this amazing area, this little suburb of Pensacola named Navarre, then click right there, and we're going to talk you through even more things that you need to know. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next week.